Winners don't use drugs. What's up, everybody? Adam, Chris, Tom, soon to be joined by Vinny. Thank you guys for joining me for episode 2 of The Edge, where we talk about the edgy boy characters of the late 80s and early 90s that both kind of picked up the comic industry and then also kind of dropped it on its head.
Yeah.
And, wait a minute. Edge? I thought we were talking about Edge and Christian. Oh man.
As long as you didn't say the fucking guitar, as long as you didn't say the guitarist from U2. I was about to say, out, Tommy, out now.
Bad pig, you're grounded.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Anything but that.
But yeah, it's time to talk about the motherfucking Punisher.
Yes.
Frank motherfucking Castle.
Yes.
The character that the first one will come to mind when someone brings up anti-hero character. Oh,
yep.
Punisher? Oh, the Punisher? Everyone else is just a carbon copy, basically.
Mm-hmm.
How you doing, RR?
What up,
RR? Thanks for stopping in, man.
Yeah, good old Francis, huh? Good old Francis.
Yeah.
Wait, let me see. Let me see if they
Francis
Castiglione. Francis Castiglione.
Is that his original name?
Yes, it was. His parents changed it when they came over to Ellis Island.
Nice.
See, I have this issue right here. Yeah, Chris is going to die laughing when I get into a certain storyline of the Punisher that happens later on.
Oh, yes. Is that the Locks and Bagels episode?
No, it's the one where he pulls a Netflix on himself.
Yes. Yeah, it's Disney's The Punisher before Disney on The Punisher.
Yep.
Disney's The Punisher. Oh, I want to make that my portrait now.
But yeah, this doesn't have what I was talking about where it had his name, where it said Francis Castiglione. But it has this is a very weird wraparound. It's paper bag. It feels like a paper bag.
Yeah. Is that like a sketch or is it a print on there?
Oh, it's printed on there.
Oh, okay. Sweet.
But this is the real cover of that one. It's not even a drawing. That's a fucking picture.
Yeah, that looks like a photo of some dude.
This is them Netflixing up this. He's in the process of getting Netflix.
Soul Man.
No, he doesn't take the tanning pills that C. Thomas Howell took in Soul Man. But this is, they give you a little freaking rundown of him. I always like when they do shit like that. Yeah. But I think it was Tommy. I think what you were talking about was the Marvel cards. I think they had it where it says that it said his real name was Castiglione, and that they Oh, speaking of Italians, what's up, Vinny? How you doing, Vin?
Hey, look at that. We got another one. Now there are 2 of them.
What do you hear? What do you say?
Thanks for joining the Punisher talk.
Yeah, man. Of course.
Hell yeah.
So at the height of the comics industry in the late 80s, early 90s, they started doing a lot of promotional stuff. Of course, we knew about the cards that they came out with. Like that was it was either 1989 or 90. Yeah, it was 90.
90 was the first.
When they did that, you remember all the other merchandise they started making available for a lot of these things. Like you started seeing Punisher shirts, Wolverine shirts, like all this crazy Weapon X, like all these crazy ass freaking shirts they were doing. One of the ones that they were doing through Marvel is they actually had a Punisher shirt, and it was really well done because I had it somewhere.
The glow in the dark one.
The glow in the dark one.
Yep, I remember that one. Yep.
I had a couple of those things. They were so hard to come by because they were always out of stock when you went to order them.
One thing I remember that I always wanted to get but wouldn't have the patience. It was because it was it was like late 80s when Marvel was putting out the model sets. They had Punisher, Silver Surfer, Thing. They had to have had Spider-Man, but they had a bunch of them. The Punisher one was fucking awesome, but I didn't have the patience to fucking paint that shit.
Oh, you had that shirt too, RR? I think it was awesome.
Nice.
Sweet.
Yeah, all right. That shirt also got really cracked up, right? Like the fucking
Yeah. Well,
the skull would always get cracked up.
if you put it through the dryer. If you didn't put it through the dryer, it wouldn't crack up.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, you had to line dry it.
Yep.
Yep.
And my shit was always line dried, so I didn't have any problem with it cracking.
Good for you.
We was poor. We didn't have one of them fancy dryers. If you wanted that, you had to go down on the corner where the laundromat was and fucking pay.
Yeah.
And that shirt too was also the Punisher's skull, not the fucking Thomas Jane skull that managed to overtake every single goddamn time people want to show the Punisher symbol.
Mm-hmm.
That's the symbol they showed. No, this is the fucking Punisher symbol. Right? Yep. Fucking there, that one.
Yep.
But so I've been on a kick lately of getting the these foil cover reprints.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, those are cool.
I've been on a tremendous kick getting these.
Yeah,
it's awesome because they keep all the ads.
Nice.
All the original ads.
Yeah, on the inside
lucky
too.
You who has a comic shop.
Yeah,
I'm pull a penny here. Good for
you. Remember this fucking guy?
Fuck you.
Yeah. Comic telling you what a weak piece of shit you are.
Yeah. Don't get a nerd. Was it the nerd who gets sand kicked in his face?
Sand kicked in his face. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Top 3.
Yeah. For only $2.99, you could mail a order away for some steroids to get bigger.
Yeah, his bitch leaves him. This fucking you stupid bitch. What are you doing? What are you doing? This guy's gonna pump you and dump you. But yeah, this was his intro right here. Amazing Spider-Man 129. And this is how he was making all his appearances as a side character in Spider-Man. There's later
like a villain,
yeah. This one he's a villain. I think later on, well, in this he goes because the guy, the Jackal,
brainwashed him.
Yep, the green guy, this motherfucker over here in the corner. I don't know if he brainwashes him because I just like lightly flipped through this one, but I know that there's later on ones like. They also introduced Jigsaw in these. And so Jigsaw started out as a Spider-Man villain. Like they had Jigsaw in like yellow spandex and shit. He had a big metal neck brace, but he had like yellow spandex.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah. But and then I see this other one. You know the tram up here, right, Vinny? The Roosevelt Island.
Oh yeah.
There's an issue of Spider-Man teaming up with Nightcrawler to take on the Punisher. It's kind of crazy that Punisher versus Nightcrawler. It's like not like a duel you wouldn't think about.
Yeah.
But and the cover is Punisher on top of the tram.
That's great.
Some of us aren't coming down here alive. Like it's like we say shit like that to each other on the fucking covers of these comics and shit.
Did he say racist things towards Nightcrawler? Oh shit.
Oh, Daredevil with that ugly fucking. Did anyone ever saw that character, Demolition Man? D-Man, they call him sometimes.
D-Man.
Yeah. Well, he's a Marvel
man.
He's a Marvel character. He has Wolverine's mask and Daredevil's original costume. It's fucking weird. I don't have any comics with this guy. I've just seen him on covers and shit.
Yeah, that's bizarre. I wonder who signed off on that.
It was the 70s, so someone high on cocaine.
Yeah, most likely.
But this was where I first started reading Punisher. These motherfuckers right here. Punisher War Journal.
Oh, hell yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, this is I didn't get this one. I have very few of these left from when I was a fucking kid.
Mm-hmm.
most of them are tattered up. Okay, these two are in good condition.
I think my brother still has the Jim Lee one. I think it was issue 6 and 7.
These are also Jim Lee.
Nice.
Do you see this? This is the character that they did the two set.
Yep.
Where Punisher had like the black gloves and the headband.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this bushwhacker. This guy.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, that's Hacksaw.
Yeah, but didn't
Bushwhacker.
Yeah. I'm going to lick your face.
And in that issue, that's when Frank Castle gets licked on the top of his head.
Yes.
I thought bushwhacker was a term used for people that are dating lesbians.
Damn.
Sometimes them bushes got to get whacked. You know what I'm
So
saying?
it's a lesbian that's home alone on a Friday night.
That's right.
Well, as long as it doesn't have a,
Yeah. When did they officially change his name, by the way?
From Castiglione.
Castiglione.
I thought it was Castiglione. Castiglione.
Yeah, the G's not pronounced. It's like
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
Maybe-
an American Italian.
I'm a
pronouncing that.
second-rate Italian. I don't.
he said
Frank
second
Castiglione.
rate.
I'm still arguing
Magna-
with Trina over Mario and Mario. Like, no, I say Mario.
Yeah, you guys are terrible.
But
that's
we
the
all
New
know
Yorker.
the proper pronunciation is Bologna, right, Vinny?
Lasagna?
I gotta go now. I got triggered on this episode.
You're Italian. His Italian's hurting right now.
On this Friday the 13th, Vinny's Italian pride is hurt.
But
Yeah,
the cool
but yeah,
thing-
didn't they officially drop it into just Frank Castle?
Well, do they even say Frank Castle in this fucking first appearance?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I'm gonna see. And he also had a crazy ass like fucking like later on when Jim Lee took over, like
Mhm.
he like stylized his hair a bit. This is some weird shit he's got. He's got like the widow's peak. You see that?
Yeah.
shit?
Oh,
He's got
yeah.
the Eddie,
He's the
he's got the
villain.
Eddie Munster.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, they designed him originally to be a bad guy. I mean, that's why the skull was there and everything.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think honestly, like this is a theory. I think they introduced him as a bad guy and stuff, and he was so badass and so freaking cool that they're like, you know, maybe we should make a book. Like,
But they
give
would
this
also
guy his own-
throw him into other guys' comics.
Yeah.
After
it
Spider-Man.
was like Bullseye.
There was
you
like
know
a cover of him, like I'm sure you guys have seen it, where he's on the rooftop with Captain America. He's
Yep.
got his foot on the shield and he's pointing his gun in Captain America's chest.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
What were
You
you
know what I
saying?
was going to say? I was going to say, you know what? I'm thinking, I think the first time they mentioned his full name is when they did the crossover and they had him in the Nom.
Okay.
No, they
I-
mentioned it before that. They
Oh,
mentioned
did they? Because I know they mentioned it now, obviously, because he was I want to say he was a sergeant.
his miniseries came out in '85. The Circle of Blood storyline. That's this one. This series. This was the one that Mike Zeck did. Now, when it comes to Punisher artists, Mike Zeck, I'd say him and Jim Lee are my two favorites.
Nice.
Yeah.
Mike Zeck is fucking awesome. He was the one who was doing the early G.I. Joes, right? Wasn't he doing those early G.I. Joe Marvels?
Was he? I don't know.
I thought that was Hama.
Drawing it?
Or Hama wrote them.
Yeah, he wrote it.
Oh, I thought he also did some of the art.
I think he did some, but
Maybe he did.
yeah, he was working with somebody else.
Well, Mike Zeck did Punisher. He was doing Captain America. He's got that style, like you could tell.
Yeah, the bell boots.
The way everyone's head is shaped, like
Yep. Square.
kind of got like, yeah.
Yeah, it worked for what he was doing.
Yeah. Well, it's the iconic design, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay,
look at
so his
that.
first appearance in the Nom comic was in '86.
Yeah, so that was a year after this. So this storyline, I remember because I also had these things called the Punisher magazine,
Oh.
and it was magazine size, but it was black and white reprints of all the early Punisher shit.
That's
It was so
Oh.
cool though. But this was a storyline where there was a group called, I think they were called the Truth, and they're all like brainwashed to be like the Punisher. You see that they're fucking all running around in the Punisher uniforms and shit. And eventually he ends up tangling with Jigsaw in the fucking Jigsaw's in the Punisher costume. And that's where that when we were talking about Punisher figures, Vinny, do you remember I showed you there was that it was a 2-pack of Punisher and Jigsaw in the Punisher uniform? Yeah,
that's what it was from.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, this issue didn't have Jigsaw. This issue didn't have Jigsaw in it, but it's fucking funny seeing him running around like this. You see, look, they're all fucking. Oh yeah, Punisher versus the whole gang of Punishers.
Oh, that's why they did that thing. This is the stupid show. They had that.
They did.
This new one or something. I saw clips of it. Yeah, I think he's like in two episodes. And
what's up, vigilante? How you doing, man?
There's a bunch of them that have
what up.
The beard is legendary. Thank you. I'm good at something. I'm good at not shaving. Yeah, you know what, RR? I pick up an old comic and I just love the format of it. Everything, like from the cover to the paper they used to the colors.
And they gave a shit.
Just does not smell. Today just does not hold a candle to it. No. Even simple things. I'm seeing even simple things. So they used to do shit like this all the time with old comics, right? The very first fucking page would have all this down here. The month, the year, like it would let you know if it was a reprint or if it was the second series they put out. If it was the second series they would put out, it would say volume 2. They don't do this anymore. Not even something just as simple as this in new comics.
To identify that it's OG and original and not a second, third, fourth, fifth.
Well, they numbered the pages too.
Yeah.
And we've lost so much. Holy crap!
You,
well, we even lost the Punisher. We lost the Punisher
multiple times
to do to this character.
Yeah, they destroyed him.
I really wish someone would shell out the money just to take this character away from them.
So, do you know what character inspired
the Executioner?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a series of books. Executioner, I think it was from the 70s.
And no, he doesn't mean the one from the Thor movie.
Oh, the giant robot?
No, that's the Destroyer.
Oh, no, that was the Destroyer.
That's the Destroyer. I'm talking to the one where he fights his sister and that dude's the Executioner.
Oh, okay.
I'm also reading something that Conway said on the original design for the skull. Originally, he was going to do a Death's Head skull just on one side, like a small one over one breast, on the left-hand side.
Like a pin? Like it was
kind of, yeah. Yeah, and then the art director, John Romita, took the design and blew it up. Yeah, Senior.
Nice. Senior was awesome, man. I got to meet him at one of the shows. What a super nice guy.
But yes. The Punisher is based off this character right here. The Executioner, Mac Bolan, series from 1969 to 2020. Whoa, the pandemic killed this character? That's pretty sad.
What?
I don't know. It says up to 2020. Why would they stop there?
Fauci even got fictional characters. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Fauci got the Executioner. Holy shit.
I think he's going to open up his shirt and we're going to see the real skull. Right?
He's the real Executioner.
It was me the whole time, world.
Holy shit.
Oh, there was a fucking... Okay, no, it says they attempted to make
an attempt.
Yeah.
What did they attempt to do?
They were going to
movies
do
of
a
this
movie,
character, the Executioner.
and they were going to have Sly Stallone play it.
Oh,
Really?
shit!
Oh my god. Okay, so I don't know. Stallone is a good action hero, but there's some characters he should not play.
Correct.
Frank Castle is one of them.
Correct.
oh, I think there's a personal offense.
Oh,
Oh man, another Bruce to the Italian.
Oh, I literally have him.
Right in the Italian. Oh,
I got Stallone as the Punisher right here.
Ayo.
Ayo,
Many goats, many goats.
many goats.
many goats.
Oh shit! All right, you sons of bitches.
But yeah,
I'll switch it there.
the Punisher really, really hates the mafia because they fucking murdered his family and left him for dead in Central Park.
Right?
And I don't blame him. I'd be pretty pissed too.
Yep.
Justifiably pissed.
But
Did he have 2 kids or 1 kid?
2 kids in the comic book. It was 2 kids,
Okay.
and it was a boy and a girl. I can't remember which movie where they fucking changed it.
I thought that first
one of the movies they changed it to 2 boys. I think.
I thought I'm trying to remember the Dolph Lundgren one, but I don't remember that part.
It was him versus the fucking Yakuza.
Yeah, but did it mention his kids? Like, I don't remember.
Yeah, they should. They got killed with a fucking car bomb.
But was it a boy and a girl?
That is what I'm trying. I think that one was 2 boys.
I don't think it mattered. He killed the Ninja Turtles and took over their lair.
Yeah, he did. What a motherfucker. He had turtle soup that night.
Right?
And who was that fucking guy? Oh my god. The drunken actor guy. Instead of Microchip, they fucking give him that guy as a sidekick. Oh my god.
The drunken bum who lived in the sewer.
Yeah, he was like his fucking intel. He was like his street informer.
But you notice that they did him like he was like somebody who was in theater or something, the way he talked?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. The way every time he was talking, it sounded like he was a fucking Shakespearean actor.
That's weird.
Yeah, you know what? That's 70s up to the 90s. I stopped in the mid 90s, but even going back and picking up back issues these days, I don't mind picking up early fucking. I've been trying to get as much Batman as I can, so I've been getting stuff from 95, 98.
Okay.
Even Punisher, I bought those. Started getting issues of the Max series. The Max series was one that I always heard people raving about, but I never fucking saw it. It seems that guy, Garth Ennis, every time he does something, people have to jump right on it and suck his fucking dick.
Yeah, I don't get it.
I liked the Max mainly because it was the 90s and it was the age of MTV liquid television and stuff.
Oh, not that Max. No.
Oh.
No.
No, the Punisher Max.
Yeah. 1 sec.
Oh.
But you're right, Chris. That was awesome. And in the 90s. And yeah, brother, that was, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me
missed
more
that.
about your fascination with it, burlap.
Isn't the Max one where they made him they had demonic powers on him or something?
Yeah, in the Punisher, yeah, I hated the mysticism elements that they tried to add, the supernatural shit. Frank Castle isn't a superhero.
No,
he's just a badass.
he's a vigilante who.
This is the series I was talking about, Chris.
Oh my god,
the Marvel Max series.
Wait, is that a Netflix version of him on the cover?
No. This is a bad guy, Barracuda. This isn't Disney's The Punisher again.
Yeah, they didn't turn him completely Sicilian.
Yeah,
according to Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so
we're almost there in 25.
This is the storyline with Netflix's The Punisher. The final days.
Wait, that big handful of books, is that the entirety of the storyline?
I got a couple after that. Oh, yeah, okay. Here's the story. That was a 7-part storyline.
Wow.
Where Castle gets cornered by cops and decides not to fight back. He just gives up because he don't want to get into a firefight with the cops. So he's in Rikers. And Jigsaw's in Rikers too. and they gang up on him, and Jigsaw carves Punisher's face up, but they leave him alive. So when Castle escapes, he's running around the streets looking like fucking Jigsaw, all fucked up. And he knew people were out to get him, so he becomes C. Thomas Howell in Soul Man. Yes, they made the Punisher, Netflix Punisher.
You know, if you wanted to avoid cops and not get arrested, that's like the worst disguise ever.
Right?
But I can't even remember how like they made it. I think they did it just like Soul Man. Like, remember when he stopped taking the tanning pills in Soul Man and he just turned Caucasian again? I they might have done the same thing in this. From what I don't know, it's been a while since Kirk Lazarus.
Holy shit!
I'm a dude playing a dude that looks like another dude.
Wow.
But yeah, you know, some of these covers for this storyline are by your boy Joe Quesada, Vinny.
He ain't my boy.
Bologna.
Motherfucker single-handedly destroyed the comic book industry as we know it. Started with him.
Wow.
So when did he take over?
It was a little bit after the Marvel Knights shit. That's when he fucked over Tom DeFalco. Tom DeFalco goes, he was the editor-in-chief, I think, at the time, and he goes, I need to take a sabbatical because his wife was pregnant and she had cancer, and he wanted to make sure she was going to be all right, and it was either going to be Palmiotti or Quesada, and Quesada stepped over Palmiotti to get it, and then when it happened, he fucked over Tom DeFalco. He was only supposed to hold that position for a little bit, and Tom was going to come back. Well, when Tom came back, he had no job to go to. They completely kicked him out, and then Quesada tried to force himself into the movie side of things. And in the meantime, he brought in all the Milkshake Girls. And the Milkshake Girls and all that drama
I remember that.
destroyed it all, man. Yep. And it was all the decisions that stemmed from that piece of shit. And that's why DC said, we'll never do another crossover with Marvel until he's fired.
Oh, he's still there, right?
No, he's gone.
Okay.
They fired him 2 years ago, and they're doing the crossover now. And Greg Capullo is drawing right now, Batman versus Deadpool.
Was Greg Capullo the one who started doing X-Men after Jim Lee left? After Kubert, after Andy Kubert.
X-Force, he did.
Okay. Oh, all right. Yeah. Okay.
He did Quasar, X-Force, and then Spawn.
Slasher.
Oh, sorry.
I shared something in the private for you. I don't know how many of you guys remember ever seeing this version of Punisher.
All right.
I have a few of the books. This story is pretty weird.
Is this 2000s?
I'll be honest.
When they made him Frankenstein?
I forget. Yeah.
It's Frankencastle. Yes.
Yeah. They had Wolverine. Wolverine's son had killed him. Dakin killed him, and they brought him back, I think, as this thing.
All he really does is he just looks like Cable now. He just has all of Cable's guns and pouches and shit.
Yeah, it's fucking retarded.
Jeez.
All right, well, they also did something, too, where Doctor Strange resurrected him, right?
That I don't know.
Because Doctor Strange resurrected him, and he had some, like, symbol, like, burnt into the middle of his forehead. It was after
I remember that.
I was out of comics at that point.
I remember that. Yeah, it's like
so
a weird pentagon.
Yeah,
it was like a pentacle or something. Yeah.
And I don't think was he acting like just like a mindless drone, right? He wasn't.
Yep. Yeah. Was that how they like unscrewed the whole Frankencastle thing?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
Because like what sucks about Punisher is when Marvel like doesn't understand the character, and started bringing him into weird shit like Frankencastle and like the guy with the pentacle thing branded onto his forehead, like all that. He's not a superhero, guys. Like he's like Batman. Like he's pure unbridled insanity.
Yep.
Like he is a vigilante. He's Rorschach without the cool mask.
He's as street level. He's as street level gets.
Exactly. Exactly. He doesn't need the supernatural bullshit.
Yep.
Dirty Laundry is one of my favorite bits with Punisher. Yeah, and it's a short story about how he just wanted to do his laundry. He was like, I swore off all of it. He goes to the laundromat and meets a beat up hooker, and that's when his day changed.
Yep.
That was his best, dude. Like, I don't like the super. Like you said, he already starting to look like Cable.
Yeah. This is, again, I told you, editorial needed to be fired because they don't know how to handle any of these characters. And when you put in activists into these companies, that's why all the cool characters that we like, they're deemed too masculine and too dangerous. So we gotta pussify them.
They have no business touching stuff they don't like.
Yep.
Yeah.
You don't like it, you should get the fucking as far away from it as fucking possible.
That's the thing is Marvel has such a huge tapestry of characters to fuck with. If you don't like one character, go the fuck somewhere else. Like,
you know how many? All right, going back to the Marvel cards, there were so many characters I had never even fucking heard of until I started picking up those Marvel cards. And then, like, you'd flip it around. Those cards came out in 1990, right? I flip the card around. This guy's like, "Whoa, this dude's first appearance was fucking 1968, and I never fucking heard of this guy."
Right.
Like, I didn't even know who any of Doctor Strange's fucking villains were until those fucking cards.
Yep.
Dormammu, yeah.
Dormammu, Baron Mordo.
Oh, yeah.
Nightmare. Like, these fucking characters, like, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah, but like with such a wide berth of characters, you'd think as an artist, as a writer, as a creator, you could be like, okay, maybe I can assign this guy who's not good at writing street level, like gangster, like non-magical shit. Like, I'm not going to put him on Punisher. I'll go put him on freaking Doctor Strange or something, you know?
On Archie.
Yeah, yeah. I forgot. Yeah,
comics.
Yeah, they had so many like. Because you're gonna find writers that are really, really good writers, but they're not good writers for this particular character. And I've seen that with the Punisher. The Punisher is a very tragic character. And again, I keep comparing him to Rorschach.
The most tortured soul of any of the fucking Marvel, what you would consider a Marvel hero or anti-hero.
Yep.
Yeah, he's vengeance incarnate, and he's just a guy that was pushed way too far.
What I'm hearing is I need to jump on a Punisher book. That's what I'm hearing.
Well, hold on. Since you mentioned it, here, Slasher, I got another picture for you.
Okay. Get rid of this Frankenweenie crap.
He does. He looks like Cable, like the silhouette.
Oh yes! Oh my god! I remember seeing this, Tommy. I've seen this somewhere.
Here we go.
Uh-oh.
God.
Share with the class.
I've seen this somewhere before. Yes. So, you know what this means, right? Archie's got to die. There's no way out of this.
Death to the ginger.
I sign off on that.
There's no making it out of this.
Look at the skull, the Punisher skull. I want that. It's a surprise Punisher skull.
Archie looks a little too happy.
Oh boy, I'm going to hell.
Hey, what you didn't know about Archie is underneath all the smiles and the happy times, he's actually the biggest drug dealer in that town. Jughead is his runner.
You see that this is a cutout, right? So like, you fucking flip it over and fucking he's got like the giant collar like Tony Montana and he's fucking he's a nightclub behind him and shit.
Betty and Veronica are his like two bottom bitches, like he's a pimp.
But I actually have a it was still when Marvel and DC were playing nice with each other. It was Batman versus Punisher.
Mm-hmm.
But this was happening during the Nightfall storyline, so it was Azrael Batman versus Punisher.
So
I
not
have-
real
I
Batman.
can't fucking find
Yeah.
it. No, but
The
then the
Simu.
second issue of that, it was Bruce Wayne.
Okay.
I was out of comics by the time that shit.
Yeah, I sort of vaguely remember it, but yeah, I don't have them either.
Man.
But one thing I liked about the Punisher though,
Mhm.
they didn't always keep him street level like going with his fucking villains.
Yeah.
Since he could start out as a fucking Spider-Man villain, of course he's got to be able to tangle with fucking villain, like, you know, superpowered people on his own, you know.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing, because he's so ballsy, he doesn't care.
Yep. He don't give a shit.
Did you ever read the original Civil War?
Oh.
No.
Yeah,
Shit.
he straight up murders a bunch of like D-list characters.
It's him and someone else team up and they murder a bunch of the D-list guys, right?
Yeah, it's fucking great.
Yeah. But,
Dude.
yeah, this is a Punisher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a book I'd want, man. That
Yeah.
Wolverine
I don't have the one.
Punisher.
This is a two-parter. I don't have the
Yeah.
first part, but
I
think-
honestly, like, I would think Wolverine would win surely by his powers. Like a
Yeah.
bullet.
oh
isn't gonna
yeah,
stop
of
Wolverine.
course. But there's a you see he got the fucking the rocket launcher, the grenade launcher. He
Yeah.
blasts Wolverine in the stomach with that shit when they're
Yeah.
tangling. So yeah.
That's
But
cool.
this I particularly like this one because these are the two favorite Jim Lee characters. The way he does both of them, it was my two favorite ones. The way he did them.
Yeah, this is actually the two-parter that put him on the map in a big way.
God damn, that looks freaking awesome.
This probably got him the job doing X-Men, right?
I would assume so.
Because Silvestri was the regular X-Men artist before he took over. And then when they started doing Jim Lee issues, him and Silvestri were like taking turns doing issues.
Yep.
Wow.
Here, I want to get
Both of those guys were also being trained and getting tips from both Ramita Sr. and John Buscema. So that is amazing, dude. Yeah, those guys, the best.
When you were talking about those D-listers he killed in Civil War, I remember one of the first ones being Stiltman, somebody I had no remembrance of.
Yeah.
Stiltman was one of those old cheesy characters you'd see in like Daredevil. I think they introduced.
They
him.
put him in a lot of Spider-Man books too. That shitty character.
But no, he didn't. He doesn't. I forgot. He doesn't shoot him in the stomach. He gets him in the leg, and then later he gets him.
But like, even if he blows his leg off, like,
but look, they make it like, you know, Wolverine's not gonna just take that shit. He puts that shit down.
He's got an indestructible skeleton, so you really couldn't blow his leg off. You know what I mean? Like, it would just, the flesh would go flying off, but there'd be a Terminator flag.
Got some again here. And see, look at that shit, man. Look at the fucking
a double page. Yeah, god damn.
Yeah,
fucking awesome.
Well,
awesome.
I would like to correct you on that. You could blow his leg off.
Yeah, that's true. The ligaments.
But right. Yeah, everybody always forgets about that. They're like, oh, well, the bones are indestructible. Yeah, but the ligaments are.
Well, what would
because they're in the Savage Land, you know, Punisher is fucking around with dinosaurs. It's got to be even weirder. That's even weirder than him fucking around with Nightwing.
So wait a minute. If they were fighting in the Savage Land, that means he doesn't have his healing factor either.
Oh, that doesn't work. That doesn't work in the Savage Lands.
Correct.
When did they add that to the? Was that always a thing?
Yeah, it was always a thing. If you go to the Savage Land, none of the mutants' powers work.
Oh, that's why Rogue's powers were gone.
Yeah, that's why Rogue was like naked and sexy.
And wait, was it the Savage Land that also turned Storm back to a teenager?
That I don't remember.
It was the Extinction Agenda storyline.
Yeah, I don't remember all the details.
Yeah, isn't that when Rogue and Magneto got together?
That cover that Jim Lee did. That cover that.
Yeah,
Jim
he's all like shirtless and shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is going
No,
on?
Magneto's got his costume on. Rose got like her tatters, like and she's like all grinding up on Magneto.
If you want that,
and Nick
right.
Fury's
It's good to be a Jew.
Nick Fury's in the front smoking a cigar.
he's masturbating watching it.
He's in the cuck seat. The cuck fury.
Oh, shit. On the other side of the island, we got Wolverine fighting Punisher.
Yeah.
What was this shit they did? The last thing they did with him. So first they stripped him of his guns. Then they had to change his symbol because alt-right.
I think they made him the leader of the Hand as well.
Yep.
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
the leader.
Yep.
I thought he was
the leader
just
of the Hand.
fighting them. I thought he was just fighting them. They made him the fucking
No, he was on their
leader
side.
of the Hand.
No, they did some
Yeah.
stupid shit.
And
So they did
also
to
swapped
him
out.
what they did with Captain America and fucking Hydra, basically.
Well, here's
Oh my
another
God.
thing. Here's another thing for them to push the agenda. So, and this is why I always tell people don't go to Wikipedia as your source site for a lot of shit. Because if you were to go to Wikipedia, they've got that splashed all over there. His symbol was attached to far right, blah blah blah, hate and murder and Nazi and all the fucking buzzwords.
Wow.
Notice how we always hear about the far right and we never hear about the
Never
far
hear
left?
far left. No.
It's because our culture has been hijacked by the far
Fuck
left.
out of here. Fuck these people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Suck
they
a fucking
did.
dick.
They make these terms like incel, far right, neckbeard, like, and then they just demonize them, and then they accuse anybody that disagrees with them of being those terms.
Well, first of all, you call someone an incel and you mock them that they're not getting laid, right? But then when it comes to sex and you want to go on about how women are over sexualized.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you want to be sexualized or not? Because you're talking out of both sides of your goddamn whore mouth.
Well, that's double speak. Yeah, and not only that, but it's hilarious when I see people who are like fathers who have kids that are being called incel.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, how does that work when you have a family, a wife and a kid?
Well,
all the fights Pete had online with those.
Yeah.
Well, when you're tarded, the world is anything you make it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they do make.
Is that Disney's new catchphrase? When you're tarded, the world is anything you make it.
Oh boy!
When you wish upon a tart.
Yeah, Disney's new motto is "This is where the retard happens."
Yeah.
Holy shit!
That's a big potato.
I got the first issue of the regular series.
Oh, dude.
OG.
Yeah. That covers a fucking classic.
Yeah, this is also.
Yeah,
look how this makes no sense, right? That would not work. You see what he's doing? Get the fuck out of here. He go flying off that fucking. He go flying off that fire escape.
But it looks cool.
No,
on his back.
he would get launched. He would get launched into the window, and then the explosion from the projectile would then launch him back out, like he'd get mashed into the apartment and then thrown out from the explosion.
Surprise, motherfucker. So, all right, like I was saying, how I was out of comics since like mid '95, like earlier mid '95 to it was about 2015, maybe 2016. I'd say 2015.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a food delivery job. I was on foot, and on 86th Street, they had the tables set up with all like back issues of old comics and shit. So I just decided to, just stop and take a look one day.
Mm-hmm.
And these are the two comics that got me back into fucking collecting comics ever since then. 4 and 5. 4 and 5 of the Punisher. I was amazed that I was able to fucking find these because this guy had like all like mid 90s, early 90s stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
But, he didn't charge me an arm and a leg for these. So awesome. One thing is one of these, I think it's this one. Goddamn, the staples are rusty as fucking hell on this. But Punisher got me. Punisher is the character that got me heavily into Marvel. Because I would pick up Marvel issues here and there, but I didn't really start like heavily getting Marvel stuff.
Right.
Can you just make out how fucked up those staples are?
Yeah.
You can't. Yeah. Oh, there you go.
I can't really see.
Yeah, it's fucking rusty. That's why you can't see it.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, they're all brown.
Yeah, it's a little bit on the issue too, but it's not too bad. See that?
Yep.
It could have been worse. Could have been
Moisture.
a kid's book, and the whole book would be freaking sticky.
No, you know what? I'm kicking myself.
Oh, like fucking ice cream on the fucking cover of it. And shit.
No, I've abused some of my books, but not like anything sexual or gross like that. I wish I respected comics more when I was younger because
I do too.
I'd tear pages and shit. Like,
Oh,
Same thing with me. Like I was saying, that fucking, I had these two fucking issues when I was a kid. I had this issue and this issue when I was a kid, and they're fucking tattered. If there's anything left of them, they're shredded, and there's like
yeah.
pages. There's maybe pages. So
See,
these are like shit I picked up, later on.
I don't know what's wrong with you guys. Everybody knows when you read comics back in the day in the 80s, you had to put on your Michael Jackson rhinestone gloves to handle the pages. What's wrong with you guys?
Tommy's right. My aunt had original Superman books when she was a kid, and she treated them like shit. Rolled it up, put it in her back pocket.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Threw it
In
all
your
over the
back
place.
fucking pocket.
Yeah, that's what I did when I rode my bike. Like, I go to the store, they were right on the spinner rack. I like, oh look, A-Rack Son of Thunder. I got some of those. Buy a couple of them, roll them in my back pocket, and get on my bike. And I'm kicking myself for doing that.
It wasn't until probably I was like 12 years old where I actually started taking care of these fucking things.
Yeah.
And buying a bag and a board to go along with them when I get them from the comic store.
Guys, you guys proven how you're doing it all wrong. Everybody who's a collector knows you go to the comic book store with your little briefcase when you pick up your comics, and then walk around that way.
Yeah. Tommy, you're not wrong.
Have a Halliburton full of fucking
a Halliburton handcuffed to your arm with a number sequence that you have to enter.
Just need the magical.
I did get really scared when Chris said that he rolled them up. I thought he was going to say he rolled them up and he put them in his fanny pack and jumped on his bike. That's what I thought he was going to say. I got really worried.
I stuck them in my ass.
He put it in his Punisher fanny pack.
He's like, no, because I'm not that gay. He's like, I put him in my ass.
That would be like the least fucking hardcore macho fucking item you could put the.
Chris is like, I rolled them up and put them through the center of the bagel and put it in my pocket.
I had like 20 bagels.
Yeah, I got the one that the one I have on my avatar. This guy was an awesome Punisher artist too. Will Pertasio. He was the guy who later on he did Wetworks. Yeah. But this guy also did an awesome Punisher. Oh, he does a pretty fucking good Daredevil.
Oh, Daredevil versus Punisher. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, that's pretty good, man.
Yeah. See, every time Daredevil would tangle with the Punisher, Punisher was getting his ass kicked. Punisher always fucking he could never take on Daredevil hand to hand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the fucking heroes hate the Punisher. There's every time it was Daredevil, every time they're fucking teaming up, like it's like an uneasy alliance where they have to team up. Like every fucking square would be them bitching at each other. And it was the same thing whenever Punisher tangled with Moon Knight. Moon Knight was another one Punisher had run-ins with. But yeah, some of these fucking artists, they did fucking real good shit. This guy, Mark Teixeira, he was doing Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
Not the former first baseman for the Yankees, Mark Teixeira.
Right.
Yeah, this guy.
Yep.
Dude. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say that he's a dude who kind of gave a lot of tips to Joe Mad.
Nice.
Yeah, Joe Mad was interning at the time, and he got to handle these things, and he got to ink a couple of like the frame of some of the panels and stuff. Like they let him touch a couple of things. He's like, "This is original artwork," though. Like, he was shitting his pants, and Mark was like, "No, dude," and giving him a bunch of pointers. So that was pretty cool.
Well, yeah.
Teixeira RR? Did you say Teixeira did X-Men? I know he did Wolverine. He did some Wolverine.
Dude, Teixeira is like the Vietnamese last name Nguyen or Nguyen or Nguyen.
Nguyen or sometimes Nguyen.
Yeah, because I had 3 coworkers that all spelt their name the exact same way. One of them was Teixeira, one was Texiera, and the other one was Texera.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure how he pronounces it. I know the guy who played for the Yankees used to say Teixeira.
Yeah, God, I hate that when they have the same name spelled,
This guy was an awesome artist, though.
Oh, yeah.
He always put that.
Chris says just ice, take them all.
He always put text there.
That's awesome.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He also used to do Vampirella. He did some.
Oh, damn.
So, yeah.
And then they had these ones. This was the Punisher Armory, where it was more of like the fucking anarchist handbook than it was a comic book. Like
every
every page is just shit like this.
that's gun porn. Yeah, that's some
Yeah,
counter
yes,
strike right
exactly. It's
there. Oh
gun porn.
baby, H&K baby.
But Jim Lee did the cover.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, hell yeah. I fucking love that. Like, him, Wolverine, and Magneto. I'd say those are the three best characters that Jim Lee puts on paper.
Yeah.
Nice.
And like any version of Wolverine, whether it's him in or out of the costume, like that's what I would, that, you know, like making a movie, that's how I'd want Wolverine to fucking look.
Yep.
Not no 6'2" fucking Australian motherfucker.
I prefer the Pride of the X-Men Wolverine.
With the dreadnought voice.
Yeah, he sounds like, my name is Reaper. Oh.
But yeah, just wanted to do a little bit on this. Doing like
Yeah,
more
dude,
comic book
this is
stuff.
awesome.
Oh, here's another one. This is a cool cover. This is another gimmick cover. Like 93, like 92,
Oh,
like
shit!
93 and 94.
Nice.
They went heavy with the gimmicks.
Oh, the foil knife. That
Yeah.
is beautiful.
The foil knife, and you see, look at the way they did his
Glows-
face.
Does it glow in the dark?
No, but it's like you know,
A skull.
rised up. It's like rised up.
Okay.
Oh,
like a skull.
Damn.
Yeah,
Like a relief. Or,
You see,
yeah.
you see, like the bubble prints
Yeah,
on the inside of the cover.
Dude.
Yeah, that's crazy.
that is beautiful, man. Even the title is in foil.
Yeah,
Oh, dude, you got some freaking
And so is
badass
the
covers
75.
over there.
the
Yeah.
75s in it too.
Wow.
Oh yeah, this is the other cover. This is a Warzone. Me and Tommy were talking about this before we started. See, John Romita, I like his Punisher, but I wouldn't say it's up there with the better ones, with the best.
Oh
And
yeah.
this was the
Yeah.
special thing.
Oh, sweet.
Nice. Yeah, I like when his style was a little bit closer to his father's. Because his style got more and more wacky. Like the heads got all bigger.
It's very,
thin.
it's kind of like Dark Knight Frank Miller, right?
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that foil one you had with the knife,
The
dude,
knife?
that's chef's kiss. That is chef's kiss.
Fucking awesome.
That was pretty sweet.
They
Yeah,
also
they
did.
did-
Didn't they
the
do
foil
some
covers were
hologram
awesome.
ones too? They did some hologram ones because I remember, like, so,
Pretty
you know,
sure.
like Spider-Man and a bunch of the other ones. I think they did it for almost every line at some point.
Yeah. I don't think. Yeah, Spectacular Spider-Man. It was the Green Goblin on the cover with Spidey.
But Punisher, I don't know if I have any hologram covers.
Yeah, you have the hollow
Punisher.
foil, but
Mhm.
yeah, you were showing off that one where Spider-Man was in the Target there, and it was all the nice hollow foil.
Oh yeah,
But-
that's the new facsimiles they're doing.
Yeah,
They're
like
putting it
that's
out
beautiful.
they're putting these shit out for a
Well,
while.
here's a question. I can't remember this. So the Cosmic Rider, it was supposed to be a conglomeration of the Punisher and Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider. Yeah.
What was
that's
that?
a danger.
Was that listed under a Punisher label, or was that listed under a Ghost Rider label?
I don't know. First of all, that they did that Cosmic Ghost Rider shit in the '90s Guardians of the Galaxy comics.
Oh damn.
So that Cosmic Ghost Rider shit wasn't something they just came up with.
Mm.
They weren't calling him Cosmic Punisher though. He was Cosmic Ghost Rider.
Yeah. Man.
All right. Yeah, since I'm about to wrap this up, I can't finish this without talking about his biggest fan, Punisher's biggest fan right here, Jigsaw. So this was another crazy storyline.
Mhm.
So it was this issue of the Punisher where he's getting shot in the back. So here Punisher gets shot in the back and he's gonna die. And he gets saved by this guy called the Reverend. the Reverend has a healing touch, like really. Like
Hallelujah.
healing. Yes. So after this storyline in issue 4, they didn't show this guy, the Reverend, again. And he was a legit Reverend, like, believes in Jesus Christ, everything, all that stuff. This fucking storyline, this is 35. So the Reverend comes back as a priest in the Satanic Church.
Oh.
And he has Jigsaw working for him. See, this is him. This is him later on down the line. And he has Jigsaw working for him with the promises that he's going to fix Jigsaw's face.
Oh, shit.
And, okay, I don't know if it's this issue or the one after. Okay, this is real fucked up. So, the Reverend goes out and he fucking breaks into the family's house and murders them.
Jeez.
And Jigsaw follows him and he watches him do this. And he hears him going on about how this is a sacrifice to Satan and blah, 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 blah. So Jigsaw thinks that he could maybe get powers if he's praising Satan the way this guy is. So
What the?
a bunch of cops come while Jigsaw is breaking out of the house. And then Jigsaw kills the fucking cops screaming, "Praise Lord Lucifer." Am I doing this right?
Oh my
Am I
god.
doing this right? He's
Right,
a pretty shitty Satanist.
I wonder if this counts. That's what he's fucking saying. But yeah, so Jigsaw is another one. Every time like something would happen with Jigsaw, they would do some shit where because eventually the Reverend does end up healing Jigsaw's face. Jigsaw puts a gun to the Reverend's head and makes him heal him.
Oh, damn.
But of course, then if he just has a normal face, he won't be Jigsaw anymore. Yeah. So a couple issues later, Punisher had to redo Jigsaw's face.
Classic.
And Jigsaw ends up doing to Punisher what Punisher did to him, to his face in this storyline. Jigsaw's done that twice to the Punisher. Jigsaw has done that twice. The first one was what I showed you when they made Disney's The Punisher. And this is the first time they do it. And the second one is Disney's The Punisher.
Chocolate rain.
But
Wow.
yeah. I'll wrap this up because we're gonna be running over to Vinny's channel.
Hey, one more slasher.
Yeah.
It's best picture I could find, but I would have brought up the vehicle for him too, but the pictures are so damn tiny I can't find blown up ones.
Did Punisher ever cross over with them?
Oh shit!
Did they ever actually have it? Did the Transformers ever interact with any of the Marvel characters?
Yes. Yeah. Well, not interact
back in the
comics.
80s.
Not in the comics, but yeah, on the toy lines they had crossovers for them. Because I remember like Hulk was like damn it, a bulldozer or something like that. He transformed into. But apparently they had this one. I don't remember ever seeing this before, but it turns into like an SUV.
I was gonna say like because they were doing the G.I. Joe and Transformers comics. I never knew anything if they like would throw like Spider-Man in an issue of it or something.
Yeah, it was all Marvel. Yeah.
Well, but Spider-Man did appear in issue number 3 of the Transformers.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he was in the black suit.
Does he help them out?
Yeah, him and Gears actually tangle with Megatron.
Oh,
holy shit!
Gears falls to his doom.
Okay, so my question has been answered.
Well, do you remember the Japanese Spider-Man where he had like a mecha and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Like that would have been perfect.
I never knew that you did. Oh, who the hell showed me that not too long ago? Was it you? I think it might have been you, Chris, that showed me that. I had never fucking known about that.
Yeah, he had a giant freaking mecha, and it's like, dude, you had the Transformer license. You could have made him like into like basically like inside of Optimus Prime or something. You know what I mean? Like, oh, that would have been so badass. A freaking Japanese like crossover live action like that, and like, yeah.
There you go, Slasher. That's the one with Spider-Man. I had that book. I don't know if I still have it. I used to have it because I used to have almost the entire run of Transformers.
I had the tour.
Oh, wait a second. Is this their first series? Because this says this was a mini series.
Yeah, that was the original series. Yeah, the original 4-part series. And then
I didn't know they had a. Yeah, I didn't know they started with a mini series. I thought they just had a regular fucking running series.
4-part mini series for the comics and a 3-parter for the show.
I have a what if. I have a what if, and it's what if the Punisher became Venom, and it was the suit. It was a combination of. It was like instead of the spider, it was the Punisher skull on the costume. It looked kind of cool. It looked cool.
Did you ever see the like Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe?
I remember seeing a cover of it.
Oh my god, dude. He freaking kills Spider-Man by dropping him off a building. And he's like, your Spidey senses can only detect one danger, but what happens if I provide multiple dangers? And he's like threatening to stab him in the head and shoot him in the gut and then drop him off a building.
Well, he killed him a couple of times. They had it was Deadpool and Spider-Man comic book Ed McGuinness drew, and he just opens up the door and shoots Peter in the face.
You see your RR says Spider Ham.
Yeah, Spider-Man, Peter Porker.
Does anyone remember the Punisher version? Pun Fisher. Hang on, I'll find the picture of the Pun Fisher. They had Wolverine.
Oh wait, like Adam Wolverine? Was it a wiener dog?
No, it was it was Wolverine where instead of claws he had hot dogs coming out.
Oh,
they're all really silly and stupid.
Those aren't hot dogs. Those are.
They're hot dogs, Chris. They're hot dogs.
Why are those hot dogs shooting mayonnaise? That's
God, what was the name of that movie I was watching? It had like alternate dimensions or something like that. And one of the alternate dimensions, this lady went through. This old lady. Everybody on the planet has hot dog fingers and toes.
Oh yeah,
everything, everywhere, all at once. Yeah.
Yes, that's it. Yeah,
that movie was so strange.
Here's the
I loved it. It was so messed up. Yeah, you know, I kind of like the greenhead fish design there. The Pun Fisher.
It looks like Muddy Mudskipper.
Yeah. Or Ninja Turtle. He's got like the teeth off to the side. And the
Oh, the one with the Widow's Peak. Oh, I see it.
Yeah. It looks like a Ninja Turtle almost.
This one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
that's kind of cool.
I'm trying to think. Actually, it looks like there's a Bucky O'Hare character that has the same.
Yes, and righteous.
I think it's the Frog, the Admiral Frog or some shit like that.
Frogs are gay.
He has the same.
Dude, that game is awesome. The arcade version of that.
The NES one is hard as fucking hell.
Yeah, it is. A lot of NES games are infuriatingly hard.
Oh, hey, look, here's Punisher War Machine.
What would we call the Punisher Machine?
Yeah, they did it a few times with the game, like Iron Man suits.
And didn't they? All right. Does anyone remember the Punisher game they had where you got to do like the interrogations?
Yes, the PS2 one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that one.
Aren't you fighting fucking John Travolta's character, and he has an Iron Man? He's got an Iron Man armor suit.
I think that's one of the main bosses. I didn't get that far. I think I saw him in a cinematic, but or cutscene. But yeah, I just remember the street level guys where it's like slamming his head in the car door, or the guy at the deli machine.
I remember the fucking the funeral home one where you bashed
the
fucking head on the side of the coffin.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, you got to get the information out of him, and if you get too zealous, it's just like you turn him into goo.
It was this. They had the same thing in the Godfather game.
Yeah,
Same thing in that shit. You had to interrogate them, but not over interrogate them.
yeah, but that was fun. You just want to save right before it.
Tomorrow night we're gonna be wrapping up the first of the the last of the Rambo trilogy, Rambo 3, the Rambo meets the Taliban crossover.
Third blood.
Rambo meets Bin Laden.
Shit.
Teams up with him.
What year was that one?
89. Yeah, it was when the U.S. was helping the Taliban build against Russia.
Yep. Now we're helping another country.
And Stallone did not like his Russians, it seems. So.
Yet.
But thanks for chilling out, guys. Next time, because like I said, I'm going to be doing this for a while for these comic talks once a month. And I'm gonna do pre-Harley Quinn Suicide Squad next month.
Okay.
Nice.
I don't know anything comic book related with Suicide Squad when it comes to Harley Quinn.
Well, she started off in the animated series. Like, she wasn't a comic character.
No. Yeah, her popularity is what fucking.
Yeah, Paul Dini based it on his friend, that soap opera actress who ended up voicing her.
Oh, really? The one who died. What's her face?
I can't remember her name.
She died a couple of years ago, or last year, or whatever. Yeah.
Thank you, RR. I appreciate that.
Sweet, man.
Walt Pistache. Yeah, that's right. He was also doing. Yeah, he was doing Uncanny X-Men when they split the X-Men up. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, when they did it, X-Men and Uncanny X-Men.
Right. Yep.
Jim Lee was doing X-Men, and Portasha was doing Uncanny X-Men. That's when they brought in Bishop. He was the first guy. He was the first guy who did Bishop. That's right.
Bishop was basically like Shaw from the movie. You know, you could take a beating and then use that power and then fire it back, basically.
Oh, which Black King, you mean?
Well, so
from the Hellfire Club, right?
No, well, in the comics, Bishop had the same power. He could absorb kinetic energy and stuff, and then blast it back. And they never explored that in the cartoon.
No, but that's when you said Shaw, you meant that guy, right?
Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah,
from the Hellfire Club.
Yeah, from the Hellfire. Yeah. And because the idea is the harder you hit him, the harder he'll hit you back.
Mm-hmm.
And they never explored that with Bishop in the cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember getting in arguments with one of my friends about it. I'm like, no, dude, he has a mutant power. That's his mutant power. He's like, no, his mutant power is he can time travel. Like the time traveling has nothing to do with his mutant.
Exactly. And hold on, they established it in the cartoon. Forge is the one who gives him the time traveling equipment.
Mm-hmm.
Morons.
And he got the M branded on his eye because of that power he had. Yeah.
Yeah.
Such an overlooked character.
And he also didn't come here by himself. He had a crew. There were a couple guys.
Yeah.
And they got killed, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it was because it was Nimrod. It was basically like the T-1000. It was the upgraded Sentinel.
Yep.
And Nimrod was the fucking he was not a gigantic Sentinel. He was
nope. He was a shape
about Juggernaut size, right? Him and because I know him and Juggernaut went head to head.
Yeah. Nimrod. Pretty dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just a silly name,
Yeah.
Well, Nimrod. That's the thing is Nimrod is actually before Warner Brothers got a hold of it, and they're like, Nimrod.
I know it would be kind of like having a character named Douchebag,
Yeah. Well,
an all-powerful character named Douchebag.
Yeah, they're politicians.
Well, no. Nimrod is a real it was a king of Babylon. He was a real he was a dangerous, powerful king, and somehow his name turned into a pejorative.
Wow. It used to be shit house.
Yeah, thanks for chilling, guys.
Hell yeah.
Adam, you gonna be chilling with us watching John Wick in a bit, or did the storm knock his shit out?
I think he's unconscious.
I think the storm might have knocked his shit out. One of the two.
Possibly.
Tommy? Yeah, Tommy, you're not. Tommy's like, fuck John Wick.
Yeah, no thanks. Thanks
It's
everybody
you.
for hanging out with us. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for stopping in. Because spent your time anywhere. Chose to get punished here. Remember, the guilty will be punished.
Thanks, Chris.
My people are called to the roof. Lock and load, baby. Punisher, he wanna ask.
People are punishers.
Yeah, we train him.
A whole fucking family of punishers.
Oh, it's in the car.
Well, yeah, you want to drop your link, bro?
Oh hell yeah! Let me let's see. Yeah, we got 9 days left on the Infinitel Chronicles campaign, and yeah, we're doing all right. You know, in light of recent events, you know, you don't have to be worried about whether or not you get your book. We already got it printed. I got a day job, so I'm not looking for my crowdfunding to subsidize my living. There we go. Thank you.
No problem, bro.
Hell yeah.
Are you gonna be chilling out for John Wick?
Oh hell yeah, dude! I love the John Wick films. Sorry, I know that makes me a Philistine, but.
And Vinny.
Yeah, you heard everybody.
You want to throw that link down?
Hold on, let me open it up.
Any old link you want.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm getting it.
A link to the past.
I'm grabbing my YouTube's there. Where is it? Here it is. Yeah, copy. Yeah, because all the cool people are gonna come watch John Wick. You know, it's an awesome fucking story, and no, it's not just because of a dog. Although, like I said, Tommy is John Wick, and he doesn't even realize it because he is. It's the same thing, man. The guinea pigs. Anyone touches the guinea pigs, like they're fucking dead, aren't they? I mean, it's the same thing. But yeah, no, it is killer. So yeah, if you guys want to come check it out, why can't it doesn't open up? I'm dropping it over here. You put it in there. Fucking, I don't know why this ain't working right now. There it is. There's my YouTube in the private. But yeah, come hang out. If you guys were watching it earlier today, you know what it is. It's Vinny Art over on YouTube. And yeah, we're doing the John Wick. Next Friday, it'll be earlier.
Everybody do the John Wick.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next week, we'll go on maybe around 8 or 8:30. But yeah. Tonight, yeah, we're starting it up in a few minutes. So come hang out. If we got extra room, I'll drop the link for the chat as well. And yeah, watch along with us. It's gonna be a good time.
Awesome. Oh yeah, Rambo 3 tomorrow night. John Wick tonight. RR Vigilante. Anybody check out the replay? Appreciate the motherfucking shit out of that.
Hell yeah.
Later. What's up, DiBiase, punk ass bitch? Oh.